Still think that marriage is just a piece of paper? Well, Joshua Brown's baby mamas are running to social media for financial help after his death. It looks like this woman won't have to.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Before I jump into these video and social media receipts, I need to do a couple of shouts out. First, I want to shout out Lady V for getting her comment pinned in my video called Black and Brown Defendants Who Were Hugged by Judges Just Like Amber Guyger. And I want to thank and shout out Sage of Earth and Sky for being a new commenter on the channel. Now let's go on and get into it. If you're here, chances are that you've been following the Botham Jean Amber Guyger case. And we learned over the weekend that Joshua Brown, a key witness for the prosecution, was murdered practically right after the sentencing. Authorities say that Joshua Brown was found with multiple gunshot wounds in a parking lot about 4 miles away from the apartment complex where Botham Jean was shot and killed. Brown was pronounced dead at a local hospital on Friday, 10 days after taking the witness stand. On Sunday, the Dallas Police Department publicly identified Brown as the victim in the parking lot of the apartment complex where he moved after Jean's death. Authorities say that they had not identified any suspects or motives at that time. As of today is October the 8th, I understand that there are 2 or 3 suspects named in his death by the Dallas police. But several organizations are calling for a separate sheriff's department investigation or federal investigation of the Dallas Police Department in this situation, because whether Dallas Police Department likes it or not, they are implicated in the murder of Joshua Brown. Now, that being said, Black women, it's all up to you to decide if you want to get all sister soldier about this case and get on the streets and protest and whatnot, but I would say that this is one that we can sit out. So here's the deal. Joshua Brown was 28 years old. He graduated from South Florida State College, and he managed some Airbnb units in Los Angeles and Atlanta and was working to get some up and running in Dallas where he and his family lived. He had 3 children, a 6-year-old and 2 toddlers, according to his father. As far as I know, all 3 of those children he had with Black women. However, for whatever reason, he chose to marry a white woman. Now, before I go too far, I want to say that I have absolutely nothing against interracial relationships, whether they are Black man and white woman, or white man and Black woman, or anything in between. I'm in an interracial relationship. But I'm making this video to caution Black women in particular about the potential dangers, positive, negative effects of allowing any man, regardless of race, to make you a mother before he makes you his wife. So first, let me show you the GoFundMe that was set up by the mother of Joshua Brown's 3rd child, as well as her Twitter account. So here is the GoFundMe for Joshua Brown, called Justice for Joshua Brown, set up by the mother of his 3rd child. I just hate the term baby mama. Taya Victor, created a day ago. Today is October the 8th that I am putting this information together. It might be the 9th before the video comes out. I'm going to just read what she wrote. I'll try to just read it as she wrote it. There are some grammar errors, but she says, I'm Shantea Victor, Joshua Brown's ex-lover and mother of his 11-month-old son. Joshua was murdered after testifying in the Amber Guyger case. There are so many unanswered questions. What is clear, he has left behind young children. These donations would go to the mothers of his children. I'm sure she means these donations will go to the mothers of his children. Regardless of the outcome, we want to bring awareness to stopping gun violence in our inner cities, also fixing our justice system to work for everyone. Thanks for your condolences and love. Best regards. She raised $5,000 $578, and I believe that her original goal was $30,000. And it says that the organizer has currently disabled new donations for this fundraiser. So there you have it, um, on his fundraiser.
One.
So here is the Twitter account for the mother of his 11-month-old, Taya. She is the one who started the GoFundMe. And I just want to scroll down her Instagram for a moment. Apparently, Nicki Minaj posted something positive about the father of her son, and there's pictures of her child with him. And I'm guessing she might have posted this video just for the sake of posting it, but there were some people questioning whether or not he was actually her child's father. So there's that video. So whether or not she did that for clout, as some people were saying, or just to prove a point, that this is in fact my son's father, because people were questioning it. But here's just a random tweet that she retweeted: first base raw sex, second base saying I love you, third base posting them on Instagram. So let me be clear, that was in fact her Twitter account. I misspoke the second time I said it, and I said Instagram, but that was her Twitter account. I really feel bad, and that it's sad that she felt the need to have to set this up, this GoFundMe for her child and for the children of the other two women. It seems as if though Joshua was doing okay for himself. Not to say that he wasn't paying child support or anything like that. I don't know what that situation was. But when you were just a baby mama, so to speak, or an ex lover, your child is not entitled to the benefits of his or her father that that child would be entitled to if the father was your husband. And let me be clear, I've heard a few different stories about his wife, but it seems that for whatever reason, she's in Paris. The story that I'm hearing above all other stories is that she was deported. Don't know why. And this is nothing but speculation, but looking at their wedding photo, it kind of looks like he was marrying her to keep her from getting deported or something. I'm not seeing love in his face when I look at those two pictures that I've seen from their wedding day. And I don't know what the financial situation is of his wife or now widow, but I can say that scrolling down her Twitter, I don't see anything where she's asking for money from anyone, just prayers and sympathy while she's grieving. Let's go on and look at her Twitter.
One.
So here is the Twitter account for the woman who is supposedly, allegedly, Joshua Brown's wife. I'm hearing conflicting reports that it's some French woman, some Italian woman. I believe this woman is French. There is French tweets posted on her. There are French tweets posted on her account. Looks like her name is Estelle Maya, Estelle Breton Maya. I don't see Brown listed as a last name. She is dead ass wrong for this post here. I don't know. I just have a feeling that he would not have appreciated that. But anyway, she tweets in English: I appreciate the support. Thank you for all your messages. For those who don't believe we are married, it really doesn't matter. It's not about me. You can easily look into public records if you want to check. I just want to be able to tell Joshua goodbye and find who did this. She also tweets, it sucks to be stuck here in Paris and not allowed to come to the US. Immigration can be so stupid sometimes. I just want to say goodbye to my husband, Joshua Brown. If they didn't send my back to France, I'm sure Joshua would be alive today. I'm sure she means if they didn't send me back to France. And then she says, can't believe I won't hear his voice again, nor having him snapping me stupid stuffs. Told him to apply for a passport to come to France. He didn't get enough time. Had the feeling it would end up this way. And then she retweeted some things that other people have posted about him. rest in peace to him and saying that he was killed. And then there are, like I said, a bunch of tweets in French. So clearly, there are some people on Twitter who are questioning the validity of her marriage, which she resents, obviously. I only see um, two pictures of them together outside of this marriage picture that I posted. And from what I understand, they've been married since 2011 or 2012, which also makes me question just how serious Joshua Brown may actually have felt about her. And I'm saying that mainly because of all of the ages of his children. According to his father, in an article that I read from NPR, he said that that Joshua has a 6-year-old and two toddlers, which we know that youngest toddler is 11 months old because that particular mother has been posting on Twitter. So while it does appear that he's had all of his children outside of the confines of his marriage, or for sure the last two, that first one could be up for question based on the age. And maybe he has made a fool of his wife by cheating on her several times over. He still made her his wife for whatever reason, and not any of the three black women whom he impregnated and who gave birth to his children. So, black women, I'm just making a suggestion that we place a higher value on our bodies. No marriage, no baby carriage. This story would be less convoluted without the issue of his wife having been deported. But we know that if she were here in the United States, there'd be no question that she would be reaping the benefits of any life insurance policies that he would have had for sure, and possibly some revenue from his Airbnbs. She would be okay at least for a while. As for his children, whose mothers do not have the benefit of marriage, they kind of seem to be left wondering on what their next move is going to be. And I say that mainly because of the creation of this GoFundMe. Just kind of makes the situation look questionable. And all that I'm saying is, ladies, let's not put ourselves in that kind of position. It's 2019 and we know better, so we can do better. When I was researching for this video, I found it ironic that the first retweet from Joshua Brown's baby mother was the one about the bases, joking that first base is raw sex. She retweeted this days before Joshua Brown was murdered, I'm sure not having a clue that that is what was going to be the fate of her child's father. And it was probably just something, that she saw as innocent and just some random funny tweet. But my mind says that you don't really joke about those things unless there's a little bit of truth in it to you. And, after watching all the hot girl summer foolishness and cucumber challenge videos all summer long, and literally seeing girls, joking on social media about how they could have kept their babies because their, hot girl summer wasn't so hot after all, joking about aborting their babies. It just makes me worry a little bit about the state of mind of the black woman, whether young or old. And this video is not to judge, but just to call ourselves to a higher set of standards and to expect the very best from the men we choose. Every other race of woman does this, and we should too. And we should not allow anyone to let us feel ashamed for wanting the best possible situations for ourselves. And that's all that I have for this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please hit me with a thumbs up. Put a comment down there for me in the comment section. Let's get a conversation going. You might get a shout out on my next video. And share on all of your social media, especially your Facebook, please, and subscribe so that we can talk about this kind of stuff and more. Until then, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.